Test 1 2. Testing 1 2. Well, good afternoon, Raider Nation. My name is Brent Johnson, along with Gage Lee. We're broadcasting live today on the NFHS Network, powered by Play on Sports, brought to you by BCTV Red Raider Broadcasting. Tennis is one of the more interesting venues to try and video. We have something cool set up for you today. We're going to have 4 camera views. We're not going to be switching back and 2. We might on occasion to give you a full screen once in a while, but the majority of the time it's going to be on this split screen. I know on your phone it's really small. If you're able to put it on your big screen TV or your laptop, that's going to make it look even better. If there's any classes joining us in the building, in the main building here at Bacon County High School, which is where we're at on the campus of, shoot me a text if you got my number. I'll give you guys a shout out when I can. I'm not going to be commentating very much. It's going to be rather a silent broadcast. I'm going to come back into and give you some updates on either court. It's going to be kind of hard for you to see what the score is. But first of all, this is the first round of the GHSA State Boys and Girls Tennis Tournament. We are hosting, where's my paper at? Johnson of Augusta. The girls are facing that particular team. And then there's a magnet school, Richmond County Technical Magnet School, that our boys are hosting. So 2:30 start. These teams basically they needed to show up together to ride the same bus because of buses situation they have in their county, which is a lot of schools and districts around the state of Georgia is having those issues in this recent years. So again, they showed up together. We scheduled to play together. So we have boys on one side and girls on the other. The cameras are going to be focused on the number 1 and number 2 singles for boys and girls. If you're not familiar with this setup, the first teams that win 3 is 3 out of 5. So you got number 1, number 2 singles, number 3 singles, and number 1 doubles that typically play, and the number 2 doubles. So that's potentially the 5 teams that would play. Whoever gets 3 wins first wins, and they get to advance. And that's what it's going to be here today. I want to congratulate Coach Bordeaux and his coaches for advancing once again to the state playoffs. Both teams are number 2 seeds. That's why we're hosting here in the first round. It's likely that if we do advance, we'll travel next week. But that's where we stand. Again, I want to thank you for joining us. I want to thank our 2020-21, 21-22 athletic school year sponsors. That's Burt CPA, Mr. Larry Taylor here at the local branch in Alma. That's Lisa Coley and Coley Electric and Plumbing Supply. Family Vision Care, Doctors Hutto, McQuaig, and Day, as well as Andy Cothran at Andy Cothran Auto Sales. I want to thank them for being a part of our broadcast all this year, and as we continue on, as we wrap this year up, typically with graduation in a few weeks. So again, I'm going to take a quick break. They're going to be getting started here in just a moment. They're finalizing their warm-ups. A little breezy today, perfect temperature though, but I would like for the wind to die down. You can kind of hear it in my speaker here. But once again, I'll come back on once we get started. I'm going to let you folks at home know who is playing, the names specifically of our Bacon County folks. And I should have a list of the names of our opponents as well to give them just as much credit. But again, my name is Brent Johnson. I'm an instructor here at Bacon County High School, the Engineering and Tech Department, where I am the advisor to the Technology Student Association as well as the Student Broadcasting Program. And Gage Lee, I mentioned, he is a sophomore here at Bacon County High School, a member of TSA, and obviously the broadcasting team that we have. We'll take a quick break and be back here in just a moment. All right, Raider Nation. Again, if you're just, we got a camera. Hold on, we got to take a technical issue here. Give me just a second. Okay, we do have a technical difficulty with one of our cameras, but they've just started, so we're going to have to wait before we can go and maybe get that fixed. So we have 3 camera angles for you, which is a little different than normal. It's going to be a little smaller on your screen. We apologize, but to get full coverage to these 3 or 4 courts, this is really the only way to do it, to give it justice. Otherwise, we're spending, a fair amount of time on the ones and so on and so forth. So you understand what I'm talking about. But thank you for joining us on the NFHS Network. This is playoff or tournament tennis from the GHSA. This is the first round. Our Lady Raiders and the young men are the 2 seed out of Region 2AA. and we're facing the number 3 seed from 3 seeds, boys and girls from 2 different schools, though. We're just playing at the same time, from the Augusta area in Region 4. One is a magnet school, and one is Johnson of Augusta. So what you see here, and I'll try to point this out to you because the screen's small on, it's small on my my screen as well, but it looks like we've got in the upper left-hand corner, it's going to be the number 1 number 1 singles boys, and that's going to be Jeremy Bordeaux for Bacon County and Blaze Bell for the magnet school. The shot that we cannot get at this moment is the boys, the number 2 boy, which is Jace Tomberlin for Bacon County and Alexander Marshall. And then on the far court, we do not have a camera on, is going to be the number 1 doubles. That's going to be Jackson Johnson and Josh Owens, as well as they're going to be facing Justin Arnold and Kameen Pedro. On the girls' side, and that the number 1 girls is in the lower right-hand corner, and that is Haley Hand in the foreground right there, just over the fence. Haley Hand is number 1 girls, and she is facing Kaylin Henley of Johnson of Augusta. And in the lower left is the number 2 girls singles, and you're going to see on the far, she's on the far side now. The Lady Raiders are in red and white, and the Johnson of Augusta are in all black. She is facing Natalie Kelly. And then on the far court, again, it's out of the camera, we're going to see Caroline Mosley and Emma White, the number 1 doubles for Bacon County, facing Christiana Bays and Tanaya Bailey, again, from Johnson Augusta. So I'll continue to give updates on the scoring. I'll send Gage around to write down, get us updates on the scores as we can see them here. It's again difficult to see you. For you to see them on the camera due to the screen size, even if it was watching a full screen of each court, it would still be difficult. We'll keep you updated on what's going on. As far as the format and how this works, it's the first person to win. You're going to win points to win games, and games to win matches. You got to win 4 points to win the game, and then 6 games to win the match. And there are some ties, and we might get into that later. But it's the first person to win 2 to get to win 6 games. You got to do that twice to win the match. Best 2 out of 3. And we're looking for 3 overall wins for the girls and 3 overall wins for the boys. And that was probably as clear as mud how I just described that. But I'm going to take a quick break. We're all going to go around and get some updates and be back with you in just a few moments. By the way, I said earlier, especially to some of our teachers I know that have a subscription to the NFHS, that might have it pulled up on their screens in the classroom. My phone, I'm having to use, I sent out an email the other day asking for used iPhones phones that were laying around that I might could borrow for a couple of days. This is what I was going to use it for. So my phone is hanging on a fence showing the number 2 girls singles. So I will not be able to answer any texts or phone calls, but just a huge shout out for all the ones that are supporting our Lady Raiders and the Red Raider boys tennis team today. All right, again, I want to welcome you to this live broadcast of tournament tennis, the first round of the GHSA state playoff. I mentioned right when we came on air that trying to video broadcast tennis is a very unique venue. This is about the best we can do, and you notice there in the upper right-hand corner we got a camera or a phone that's inoperable. And I can't get back out there to it because they're playing. I want to wait till there's a slight break in between games, and maybe we can get that fourth camera up and running. That is the number 2 boys singles. So let me remind you, go around the horn here. In the upper left, you're going to see the number 1 boys singles, and that's Jeremy Bordeaux, and he is playing against Blaze Bell. Again, this is the magnet school from that Augusta area in Region 4. And then in the lower left, you're going to see the number 2 singles girls, and that's Anna Kate right there in front of us. Anna Kate Hollingsworth, and she is facing Natalie Kelly. And then in the lower right, in the larger area, the camera's, it's an actual video camera with a wireless connection that's up on a deer stand, actually, outside of the fence area, so you get a little broader view there. And in the foreground, that is Kaylin Henley that you see up front. They're in all black. The Raiders are in the Lady Raiders are in red and white, and she is facing Haley Han, our number 1 girl. A little bit of wind you can probably hear through the microphone. Not a little, a fair amount. It's steady at probably, if I had to guess, 8 to 10 miles an hour, and then it gusts maybe 12 to 15. We're going to come around in just a few minutes. The next time I come on, we'll give you some updates as to what we're looking at here in Game 1. I can give you this here right now. Haley is leading 2-1. But again, we're going to take a quick break and be back in just a few moments. Okay, we'll come with some scores here. First singles girls, Haley Hand is leading 4-1 in their first set, 4-1. Let's see here. Okay, I understand now. I can interpret here. Anna Kate Hollingsworth won her first set, and they were just about to start the second set, so there's no score there. So Anna Kate is up one set, and you've got to win 2 out of 3 sets. And our first doubles with Caroline Mosley and Emma White, they are up 5-0 in their first set. 5-0 in there. So we're up in all 3 matches here on the girls' side and on the boys' side. Jeremy Bordeaux won his first set, and they just began the second set. Jace Tomlin won his first set, and they're now just beginning his second set. And as well, again, Gage called it when they're all kind of finishing up there. The first doubles of Jackson Johnson and Joshua Owens won their first set as well. So that's excellent. All 6 matches our Red Raiders are winning. We have to win 3 out of 5 total to advance to the second round of the state playoffs. So we're in business right now. We'll give another update in probably another 5 to 10 minutes. Give them a chance to play some more tennis, and because a lot of times what they'll do, they'll wait before they post their points until they swap sides, so it could change dramatically in over a short period of time. So we will update you again in about probably 10 minutes. Again, you can hear that wind whipping. It is, again, sustained at probably 7 to 10 miles an hour, and it gusts up to 12 or 15 if I had to guess. So not easy, particularly when you're trying to serve the ball, but hitting the ball likewise. So, again, I want to take a quick break here on the NFHS. I decided to take a moment to kind of go pull up each individual court for just a moment. Here is court number 2, which is the Number 2 singles, as I mentioned, was Anna Kate Hollingsworth, who won her first set, and she is up 3-0 in the second set. And Anna Kate is on the far side and is serving. And again, she is facing Natalie Kelly. Anna Kate is up 1 set and again is leading 2-0 in the second set. I'm going to flip over to the number 1 singles boys, and that is Jeremy Bordeaux. He is on the far side in the red and white. And he is playing Blaze Bell, who we see here in the foreground. He's about to serve to Jeremy. Jeremy, a junior, he's got another year to go. Fairly young on both teams, especially the girls. Only one senior, and that is Caroline Mosley. And all the other girls, I take that back. Yes, that is true. That's true. Mia, I was thinking Mia Carver's she'll be a senior next year, but most of these 2 girls here on the court are only sophomores, 1 and 2 singles. And let's see here. Let's drop in number 1 girls singles, Haley Han. And she is in the far court. Pretty good view here. It gives you a little bit wider angle. I'm using a video camera here on a wireless connection up above the fence, a little further away than the phones that are mounted to the fence. And Haley has finished out this first set as she has defeated this young lady. So we'll check on the doubles, but the 1 and 2 singles have won their first sets respectively. I want to go back to that quad view. Again, I apologize. The upper right-hand corner is a blank screen. We've had trouble with our camera connectivity. That's the number 2 boys single. That is Jace Tomberlin. Jace was up a set a moment ago, and Gage is going out now and collecting scores. And I want to take another quick break here on the NFHS Network, powered by Play On Sports, brought to you by BCTV Red Raider Broadcasting. All right, Raider Nation, got a couple updates here for you. One specifically, Anna Kate Hollingsworth has defeated her opponent as the number 2 seed singles on the ladies' side. So we are one up on Johnson of Augusta, as Anna Kate Hollingsworth has defeated Natalie Kelly 2 straight sets. And we've got a couple more updates here. Everyone is up at least one set. Jeremy Bordeaux is getting close to closing out his match. Jace Tomlin as well as our number 1 doubles, Jackson Johnson and Josh Owens, over their opponents. So we're in good shape, real good shape right now. It would have to a horrible series of events for us to. Or let me just say this: it'd take a huge comeback from these 2 schools who actually traveled down together. They're from the same vicinity area of Augusta. Both schools having difficulties having buses to use, and bus drivers, so they actually had to charter a bus, and both schools jumped on it and drove down, saving some time and energy and money as far as that goes for that school district, the district that houses both of these schools. And again, one is the boys are facing Richmond County Technical Magnet. I think that's all. Yeah, that's it. Richmond County Technical Magnet School. And then the ladies are facing Johnson of Augusta. So again, the best of the update is that Anna Kate Hollingsworth is done. She has finished and won both sets of her match, and the Raiders are up 1-0 on the girls' side. We'll take another quick break. Be back. Well, let me introduce the number 2 doubles. Is number 1 doubles finished as well? Nope. Wait. Is that not? Okay. So they're not finished. Okay, they're in between. So what we're looking at here is the number 2 doubles. It's going to be Mia Carver, and tell me who that is right there. Maybe he's moved them. Surely he wouldn't move them. Let me see here. We want to double check this fence at this angle. It's hard for me to see who exactly. Haven Sears and Mia Carver is the number 2 doubles for Bacon County, and that's who we have on camera here on the lower left. And you'll see them right there in front of our camera. Going to take another quick break and be back in just a moment. Okay, Raider Nation, a huge update here. I want to announce that the boys will officially advance to the second round of the state playoffs, and teams to be announced. But Jeremy Bordeaux has advanced. Jace Tomberlin they all advanced, but Jeremy Bordeaux first singles has won. Jace Tomberlin number 2 boys singles has won, and our boys number 1 doubles just advanced. That's Jackson Johnson and Joshua Owens, and we're waiting on basically one match here. Haley Han, the number 1 singles girl, and she's just a few games away from hopefully wrapping up her match as well. But the number 1 doubles, Caroline Mosley and Emma White, have advanced or helping the Lady Raiders advance. They won their match. Anna Kate, I mentioned that a moment ago. Hollingsworth took care of business pretty quick, beating her opponent in 2 sets. And again, we're waiting on the number 1 Haley Han to tidy up things here, so that our Lady Raiders will also advance to the second round. All right, Raider Nation, another quick update. Once again, I want to remind you that the boys have officially advanced to the second round of the state playoffs. And that day and time and location or school that we will be facing will be determined. Right now, and on your cameras, you're going to see the one we're waiting on is in the lower right, and that is, and I don't say that in a harsh way, waiting on, but this match has just gone on a little longer than the others, and we're waiting on Haley to finish things out here in the number one singles. That's Haley Hand to advance the girls to the second round, and you'll see in the lower left-hand corner, it's the number two doubles for the girls. That's Mia Carver. And, or did they move them? Nope, there's Mia Carver and Hannah Sears. And we have the number three singles at the far end. Chuck, who is that down? Allison Elrod, that way down there in the corner, is the number three singles for the ladies. They're just letting them play it out, letting every group play while they travel this long way. It's the playoffs, and there could be a couple seniors on this team for the other team that I think the coach requested they play it out, giving these girls an opportunity to. This might be their last time playing as a high school athlete. And then on the right side of me, on the boys' side, we see Landon Spencer, the number three single for the Raiders. That's going to be in our upper left-hand corner here. Landon's just a sophomore. I said we got a bunch of young folks here, boys and girls. Everybody's coming back except for one or two. I know one girl and one boy. Two girls. I know Caroline and Mosley. I knew her. And Bri Mansell. Okay. Forgot about Bri. And the camera that is black, we don't have in the upper right-hand corner, we have our number two doubles, and that's Ian Boatwright. And let's see. And Mason Ellis, apologize for that. right, we can now announce officially that the Lady Raider varsity tennis team is going to advance just like the boys to the second round of the state playoffs. And again, that's to be announced, the day, time, and location. That information hopefully will be out maybe by tomorrow or no later than Friday. But Haley Hand has just defeated her opponent. So our number one, number two singles have won, and our number one doubles have won, giving us the 3 points that we need to advance this round, just like the boys. Right now we have playing. Again, I mentioned the number 3 singles boys. Landon Spencer is up 3-0 in that first set. Mason and Ian Boatwright they won their first set. Marley and Bry and that Mason Ian is the number 2 doubles for boys, and the number, this is going to be confusing, but the number 2, the number 2 doubles. Maybe I get this right. I'm trying to understand my writing here, not mine, but let's see here. Nia and Haven, they're the number 2 doubles, are up 4-0 in their first set. And then Allison Elrod is up 5-0 in her first set. There we go. I think I got it now. So, again, we're just playing it out, giving these kids an opportunity to continue to play here today. And of course, our kids are going to advance, but some of their kids that may be seniors, their teams are not going to advance. They're going to let them play it out and continue to compete here today. But we want to congratulate Coach Bordeaux and his staff for another successful season, and now as we advance once again to the second round of the state playoffs. Okay, Raider Nation. Again, we're gonna be ending our broadcast here in just a moment. The live broadcast. These kids that are playing it out right now, they're just getting some extra reps in here. Our teams, our boys and girls, both have advanced to the second round of the state playoffs. Want to congratulate them on that. I'll give you a little heads up too. Prior to us announcing it, you can keep checking on the GHSA Georgia High School Sports Association .net, GHSA.net, and scroll down a little bit, and you'll see playoff bracket. And you can click there, and there'll be a ton of sports, but look for boys and girls tennis, and you can click on that AA bracket and keep an eye there on who will be playing and approximately when. I think we have to play, the boys and the girls have to complete the second round by next Wednesday, something like that. So we'll probably be playing Monday or Tuesday, something to that effect. But anyway, that's where we stand. Number one is we are advancing, and that's just an awesome thing for our tennis program and Bacon County High School athletics and for our community. And again, I want to congratulate Coach Bordeaux and his efforts in preparing these young men and women just for this. So congratulations to them. On behalf of myself, Brent Johnson, and Gage Lee, he's helped me get this stuff set up, and he's been running around getting these scores and giving me updates. I want to thank him. I want to thank our title sponsors for the 2021-22 athletic school year, and that is Burt CPA, Mr. Larry Taylor specifically here in the local branch, Miss Lisa Coley at Coley Electric and Plumbing Supply, and Family Vision Care, Doctors Hutto, McQuaig, and Day, for their support, continued support, and last but certainly not least, Mr. Andy Cawthorn at Andy Cawthorn Auto Sales. Thank him for being a part of our broadcast once again, as we've been doing this for about 13 years now, and without their support and the support of you, the subscribers, this wouldn't be possible. So again, I want to thank you for that. Thank you for joining us today again in the first round of the state playoffs. And I want to say good luck to our to the tennis teams, but I also want to put a plug in for our boys soccer team advancing to the second round. They will travel tomorrow up to Atlanta near Buckhead to face the Lovett School in the second round. Big task for the Raiders, but they're up to give them a very competitive game, I do believe, and we'll just see what happens after when the clock starts and when it stops. And go from there. But they will be playing. I will be pushing out on social media as well as other forms of email and things. There is a link. We will not be traveling up there to this event to broadcast on the NFHS, but the Lovett School does produce. They have a local network there that they push out on the internet that allow us to view it free of charge, actually. So that's a good thing this week. So we'll get that out to you so you can watch boys varsity soccer second round of the state playoffs tomorrow night. So, again, on behalf of myself, Brent Johnson, Gage Lee, well, thank you for joining us, and we will see you next time.